Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, one of the great venues in all of college football and home to the Tennessee Volunteers. And this crowd knows that when the Vols run through the tee, they are in for a show. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense will get the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we've played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking for space. It's Winston. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
Seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. They're always looking forward to this one.
From the gun, the running back has it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Got a man. It's Massey. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit, yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in third down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Trying play action. Moving away from pressure. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
I mean, you can say that's a quarterback or you can call him a running back. I mean, goodness gracious, he's dropping back to throw the football. But when he sees a hole, his eyes get big and he just explodes through it. Everybody's trying to catch him, trying to get to him, just chewing up yards so easily.
Slams it ahead. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And on that situation, on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield.
Fighting for the end zone, and he dropped it.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, running back on the move. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
They're going to ride this running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
The field goal is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Watching this Tennessee running back, man, he just runs with so much purpose, and it reminds me of guys that I used to play against, Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry, 2 great ball running backs that used to really test the physicality of our Gator defenses and some of those great games we had back in the late 90s. This dude right here, man, he just wears you down every single carry.
And here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Oh, look out, there he goes! And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
First down here for the offense. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but we weren't going to let it happen there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run through.
Oh, look out! Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown ball.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Washington is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Husky Stadium, but the purple and gold have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 10 over UCLA. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Quick strike complete. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Going to the running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in.
Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Well, the offense tries to pick up that first by running it on 3rd down. No can do, and that's really been the theme all game long. This defense has just been better at the point of attack, shutting down this run game.
Got it past the marker. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is. But
Touchdown, Gators! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in. And great start. Keep chipping away.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Handoff from the gun. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Completes it in the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And the Volunteers have their offense in high gear. They'll throw it on 1st down. A shot for the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Volunteers!
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen.
Got a lot of running room. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The Gators want to crank the tempo. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got his man on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. The Gators are threatening in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He looks that one in nicely. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Quickly complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even... And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So an 82-yard drive there, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Looking for a deep man. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They go to the ground. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal.
The ball pops out, picks up the ball, and tries to make something of it.
Man, and this is why you practice.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Caught close to the marker, it's Johns. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Off play action. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got his man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. And the Gators are rolling down the field. They'll go back to the ground. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
It's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Gets it out quickly. Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
Great job by the quarterback there. He saw the safety bite on the run fake. So as the safety comes running downhill, he now knows he has the slant throw to his receiver on the outside.
Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
On to attempt the try. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. FIU is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change.
Looking for room. It's Winston.
It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Jacksonville State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Hand off from the shotgun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
And your decision to go for it on 4th down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the 1st down.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
This quarterback doing a lot of good decision-making on that last play. First off, nice job extending, but then understanding what the coverage was, understanding nobody's open, and then going, hey, look, I can go get this myself, and finally, not only am I going to get this 1st down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that one will give them the lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's going to run it. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. A big turnover here for the defense to end the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. The give to the back. At the 20, he's got space. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. Jumped on top of the pile.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, Not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the plays when I can be physical and really make him feel me. I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game. And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown ball. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Gators will hustle to the line.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Slips away. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And that is interception number 3 on the day. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 8. Oh, you know we wanted that pick 6, but the offense is in business.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They are so close to a score they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Volunteers! The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Back open in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Snagged in the middle. It's Ventura. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the 1st down marker. They just can't seem to cover this guy. He keeps getting open, even when he's running out of space on the sideline.
Yeah, running out of space, they're still going to feature him. They see the matchup, and look at the balance and the coordination and just knowing where I'm out on the field to get the feet inbounds and secure the catch. What a play and what a day for this young man.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Makes the grab. Touchdown, Florida. What a catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Smashes it through for the PAT. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Warren Moon, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UCLA. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and more. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. The give and tick, 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 tick. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And ball security is job security. You give the ball to your running back. You give the ball to your playmaker. You expect him to take care of the football, especially in these situations. All we're trying to do is run clock. Get that thing. Get out of here. We got the lead by 2 possessions. Try to find a way not to do what we just did. That's a horrible turnover there.
Looking to go up top on first down. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Hit the afterburners, kid. The 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Gators. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th, they'll try to get it back with the onside kick. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
They've come out with answers on this possession and now another first down. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.